Coming back from spring break, students were ready to begin the writing process with all of the information they collected from 8 episodes of the Serial podcast. At this point in time, they had a Jamboard with 2 slides. One slide showed all of the evidence for innocent. A second slide showed all the evidence for guilt. So our next lesson, we asked students to sort all of the evidence and group like evidence together on the guilty side and on the innocent side. This helped them infer the reasons for Adnan's guilt or innocent. But students were reminded that it's about the proof and not their preference. They had to let the evidence show them if he was guilty or innocent. Here you can see students doing this work. What's great about Jamboard is they're able to manipulate it, and in a pair works amazing. Once all the evidence was sorted and the reasons were inferred, students had to make a list of all of the reasons they came up with. We wanted them to list more than just 3 because we wanted to make sure they picked the 3 strongest. And when there's lots to choose from, likely we're going to get better reasons.
Second strongest, I would say Adnan.
The next thing we wanted students to do was look at their list of reasons and pick the 3 strongest of the bunch. These 3 that they choose would then become the 3 body paragraphs of their essay. Now we showed students how they've already written 2 of the 4 parts of their body paragraphs because they have the reason, which is the topic sentence, and then they had to select a quote that goes with it. So here you can see on their argumentative planner, it kind of outlines all of the 6 paragraphs they would be writing. And the next thing they did is write their 3 reasons into the body section, and then they wrote a quote that goes with each. This will help them organize when they get to writing. One thing that I loved about working with Miss Larson is how reflective she was. We would constantly notice things, misconceptions that the kids have, and immediately it was resolved to the whole class.
Do you see how she didn't say Adnan Syed the innocent of a crime?
Students were now ready to draft their essay. We started with the body paragraphs. So you can see one student's work. There's 1, 2, 3 paragraphs. We taught intro and conclusion again, which was a review for most students. And then we spent another couple days on the counterclaim. This is all new instruction, but I would say we probably spent 5 days conferring and giving kids mini lessons so they could actually draft their essay. Students were now ready for peer feedback. Here you see 2 partners working together on one partner's essay. The author had to read the essay aloud to their partner. Partner gave feedback. This day, we prompted students to read with a partner and fix their work.
All login systems allow call center executives to access their phone.
Once everybody had a turn for feedback, I then had students share out the types of corrections their partner suggested, and I gave them a mini lesson differentiating editing from revision. One thing that was cool about this lesson is many of the examples of corrections students shared were actually on the rubric, which we hadn't yet given them. So we were able to explicitly show them what those kinds of corrections looked like as we created this anchor chart. During a majority of the 2 weeks we wrote this essay, there was so much workshop time available, so students could confer with teachers for feedback. Also, their partners that they sit with. It was really a great time to collaborate and get ideas from peers. Students used the rubric as a checklist as they were wrapping up their drafts.
So how do we properly embed a quote? Well, we have our introduction.
Again, noticing things that the kids were missing and just kind of stopping on the spot, giving a mini lesson. Here we're reminding students the proper citation for quotes within their essay. And one of the very last things we did is just reviewed with students how to do the works cited with some tools on the web. The essays turned out amazing, and Sarah, I'm so thankful for this collaboration that we got to do. You know, a coach is just another pair of hands and another pair of eyes, and we find the best ideas when we are working alongside someone. So thank you for opening your classroom to me, and I'm going to miss you and your Black 1 students.